Okay, it looks like we're
Hey, Scott.
rolling. We're gonna bring New York Joe into the mix. We tried it earlier, and I don't think I could hear Joe at all now. Can you hear me, Joe?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, and sometimes it's best if you can't hear me, Scott, because I just have a tendency to ramble on, and
Well,
I'll do most of the talking. So you can just sit back
well,
and enjoy the moment.
yeah.
So
Well,
we
what
were
I was gonna say is, and you and I can both. Yeah, go ahead.
we were talking about the Jaguars, and you got a lot of Jaguar followers in your fan base and stuff like that. So let's talk about that game for a minute or so. And
Yeah,
obviously, the interception that Trevor Lawrence threw at the end of the game was disappointing. Would be an understatement. But the one play that bothered
yeah,
me was fourth down and one from the 11-yard line, and they let him tush push it basically for 10 yards, and you just can't have that. Had they
yeah.
somebody grabbed onto his leg and they
What?
stop him at the 8 or the 9, I mean, it's a big difference. You got to score
Yeah,
a
where was the
touchdown
D
from the
line?
8 or 9 yard line,
Yeah, yeah. I
as
mean,
as opposed
where
to
was the D line?
it was fourth
Yeah.
and one from the 11.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
I'll tell you,
that to
Joe.
me
We
was
got we got New York Joe in here. Yeah, we got New York Joe in here. Joe, what are you smoking today? Look like you're smoking a slim and mild or whatever they call those.
I got a wood tip sweet, a black and mild wood tip sweet. I got a little
Yeah.
breakfast drink here, adult beverage, if you will.
Well, that
You
helps
know,
with the
I'm I'm
creativity.
I'm uh,
Yeah.
I'm getting ready after I hang up from you. I got I
Gonna
got good
watch a
news in
ball
the
game.
mail today.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, we need to talk about that. You won the teal shirt report
I won the Teal League. Yep.
fantasy football league. How did you do that, Joe? How did you pull it off?
I,
Yeah, how did you do that?
I, Smoke and mirrors, Scott. Smoke and mirrors.
uh
I got lucky at the beginning because they were snapping up running backs, and they let Jamar Chase fall to. I think I had the fourth or fifth pick, so I got him. I got the wide receiver from Seattle, and I was also able to get Jonathan Taylor. And basically, those three guys brought me to the title. I just, filled in around the edges. Oh, Brock Bowers, too, who came through towards the end of the season with a couple of better
yeah,
games
he
and
was
stuff. So,
Brock Bowers always seems to find the open spot on the field.
yeah, he was hurt for about 6 games, though. But I did pick up Ferguson from Dallas. And so, I did all right, but that was mostly it. And then I had a quarterback carousel and stuff. I had Darnold in there and Nix in there and Drake May in there, and I
Mhm.
picked up Joe Burrows when he was still hurt. Somebody dropped him, which was a big mistake. So that's what brought me to the title.
Oh yeah, yeah. Joe won
So
the teal shirt league. The teal shirt report league. That's right. Joe won it all. Got the big money and everything. The Alabama people, they were probably a little upset, Joe, because you were in the division with all the Alabama people, and the claim
yeah, well, I didn't have a problem taking their money. I'll tell you that. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Bama boys.
well, you got me laughing, Joe, a little bit. So Joe's
They're all
smoking.
walking around with their Nick Saban jerseys on and stuff, and wishing for days gone by. But yeah, that's the way it goes.
Joe,
And just
Joe, let's talk about the
yeah.
college football playoff. Who's going to win between Indiana
Oh
and Miami and Florida?
well, I'm a Miami homer. I went to school there, and I used to live in South Florida, so I'm obviously rooting for Miami. Mario Cristobal, he grew up
Yeah.
in Miami. He played there. He was an assistant coach there under Larry Coker. Then he went to FIU, got fired. He did go to Alabama and learn some stuff under Nick Saban. Then he went to Oregon and went back to Miami. I got to go with
Yeah.
Miami. So
Oh wow.
now
Well,
the
have you
um,
looked
the
at the
the
point
one thing I
spread,
will say
Joe?
about this is I know it's a big spread, but here's the one thing that I think may play into this is Miami played 3 tough games. Texas A&M 10-3, Ohio State 24-14. But it was a battle in the Mississippi game going down to the end. I mean, where Beck scores a touchdown with like 35 seconds left or something like that. Meanwhile, Indiana is blowing out Alabama 38-3. Sorry about that, Bama boys. And Oregon 56 to whatever 22 or whatever it was, but they gifted them for first play of the game, a pick six. It was 28 points they got off of turnovers and a block punt. They haven't had a struggle. They haven't had a fight for any of these last couple of games. I think that could be the difference in this one. Miami's been in some battles, and Indiana's been cruising.
Yeah, well, I mean, Miami's got a couple of really big-time defenders on their defensive line, as I know. And let me ask you this: what do you think about Cignetti, the coach at Indiana? They've had a season for the ages there.
Oh, he's a great coach. Where did he come from? James Madison and other places and stuff. And you read now the articles is they all whiffed on him because they should have grabbed him. And I think he's going to stay at Indiana. And that's a beautiful thing because I'd love to hear somebody giving Ohio State and Michigan some problems. So they've the Big Ten just got a lot more interesting.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay, Joe?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, Scott. So, I mean,
we're still rolling pretty good.
So
you're kind of leaning toward Miami.
No, I'm not leaning towards them. I'm all over Miami. I'm looking for Miami to win this game outright.
You're taking the points, Joe? Oh my goodness!
To be honest with you, Scott, I'm getting ready to head over and make a couple of. I'm getting ready to head over and make a couple of wagers this afternoon on the game. I'm taking Miami straight up to win, and then I'm not going to be stupid about it. I'm going to take the points.
Oh man!
Well, Joe, I like that, and I'm going to parlay that with a couple of the NFL games.
Let me ask you this now. Yeah. Who do you like in the NFL games?
Well, I'll tell you right now. I'll give you my touts right now. Starting with the Bills Denver game. It's supposed to be beautiful weather in Denver. I think that one is going to be a high scoring fest. I think that goes over. I lean towards the Bills, but man, that's a wide open game. You just never know. Turnovers could be a factor, but I like the over in that game. Now you go on to tonight's game, you just see where
back to okay.
Yeah. Okay. Back to the Bills game. Go ahead.
Yeah. In tonight's game, you said?
Tonight's game, Seattle, San Francisco.
You go ahead and say what you were going to say about. Yeah.
Okay. About the Seattle and the 49ers?
Yeah.
Did you have any comment on the Bills in Denver game, Scott?
Well, Denver's got a really good coach, as you know, and Buffalo's got a great quarterback. I had a guy that told me, a good friend of mine said, hey, Josh Allen with the Buffalo Bills, the quarterback, maybe the best player in the league.
He's Superman.
Yeah, that's it. That's a
good
point.
Who do you like in that game?
Coaching wise, I think I lean toward Denver, but our executive producer is a big Buffalo fan, so I'm going to do to him. I'm going to say we're going to take Buffalo. We're going to take Buffalo to win it.
Okay, all right. So we both agree on Buffalo, and I'm taking the over. All right, let's move on to the San Francisco-Seattle game. Now I'm a little worried about this injury that just popped up with Sam Darnold.
Okay.
What's that, Scott?
Wow. I said, wow. Sam Darnold, what's the latest? Something like an oblique.
He's got an oblique injury, which is going to affect his throwing. He has not thrown in the last practice on Friday. Drew Lock
Okay.
was taking the first team reps.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if that's the case, Seattle's going to have to rely on their defense to win this game again. So I'm betting San Francisco plus the points, and I'm taking
Wow.
the under in this game.
Wow, Joe. What about the Sunday games, Joe? What about those games?
The Sunday games, Nico Collins is not playing for Houston. He's been ruled out of the game, and that's going to be that's a big factor. I just not sure where Houston's going to come up with their points from.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a low-scoring game. I think New England can pull through at home. Drake May hits maybe a couple of long passes, and they run the ball, and I like New England and the under in that game. Then moving on to the Bears and the Rams.
Okay. And what about the New York Joe? What about
going to be cold?
The Bears Rams game would be the last one, right? Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, it's going to be cold, real cold, like around 10 degrees or so.
Yeah.
I look for that to be a low-scoring game.
Woo.
And I'll take the Bears in the points. They're like the cardiac kids. They just pull it out. They scored 25 points in the fourth quarter last week, Scott. That's amazing.
Like the old St. Louis Cardinals back in the day.
Exactly. Yep. Coming down to the last minute. I mean, you go back to, that game against Green Bay during the regular season. They had to recover the onside kick. This past weekend, he had that fourth down throw. Caleb Williams throws that fourth down pass. That was an amazing play. He doesn't complete that pass. They don't move on. They're not playing this week. They're at home. The fans will be out of control.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Bears and the points, and I like the under.
Wow. So, Joe, if you would, New York Joe, tell our Jags fans why the Jags lost to Buffalo. You had a couple of reasons you wanted to go over.
Well, I mean, the first obvious one is he threw the interception. But the one play that bothers me the most is 4th down and 1 from the 11-yard line, and they let him push his way down to the 1. You just can't do that.
Yeah.
You got to stop him at the 8 or 9 and make him score a touchdown from there.
Yeah. True. I agree. Where was the defensive line? That was a big problem for the Jaguars.
Just somebody grab onto his right. Somebody grab onto his leg or his foot. He won't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's true. I wish it had to happen. So Joe, we appreciate those comments. Going back to the college football national championship game coming up on January the 19th, Miami's got a little bit of a home field kind of thing going a little bit. And what happened with the point spread? Actually, Indiana was an 8.5 point favorite. Yeah. Indiana was an 8.5 point favorite. Yep, the U. Indiana.
I think they still are. I think it's 8.5 or 9 points.
Well, this is what I saw a couple of days ago. It was 8.5 points. And then this morning, I looked at a line this morning and it said 8 points.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what I saw this morning from my source.
Well, let's check that out from your source. All right. Let's see.
Yeah,
I'm looking at it right now.
Indiana wins and covers is what our sources say.
Oh, well, you know what my suggestion is to you, Scott? You need to get some new sources.
Well, we got plenty of sources, including New York Joe. And
well, you need to get some good sources.
Yeah, right. Our executive producer, JC, is a Buffalo Bills fan. Our contributor correspondent, John Gaylor, is a Jags fan. And, of course, Alex Nunnery helps us with the podcast as well. But we enjoyed having you on, Joe. You're still taking the Miami, Florida Hurricanes to win outright. Is that correct?
All the way.
Wow. Okay. Well, I tell you what, Joe, thank you for joining us. The name of our channel, again, thank you for joining us. The name of our channel is the Teal Shirt Report podcast from BigJReport.com. Joe, if you get a chance, subscribe to the channel. We'll tell everybody to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. And Joe, we appreciate you joining us. We'll do it again real soon.
Absolutely, Scott. I can't thank you enough for having me here. I look forward to speaking to you again, and appreciate all the listeners that you have out there. And good luck to everybody, and may the bets be with you.
And New York Joe won the Teal Shirt Report Fantasy Football League. Congratulations again, Joe. You have a great day. Thank you.
You have a great day too, Scott. Talk to you soon.
We'll talk to you too. Take care, Joe. Thanks to everybody for listening and watching. And this has been the Teal Shirt Report podcast. We'll call this one episode show number 10B. Have a great day. Take care.